Hey gang, it's Stuart. This is part 4 of my 8-part series on the select menu, so let's jump into Audacity and take a look at it. We start on the select menu and we're in the region submenu again. This time we're going to look at the bottom 2 selections, store selection and retrieve selection. As you may guess, this gives us the ability to have a selected portion of audio, go into select, region, and store selection. And now that selected audio is stored, or rather the selection for the audio. And there's an important difference. We haven't stored the audio itself, just the reference to that selection. I'll get to more on that in just a second. So I can come over and do some other work. Maybe I'm selecting somewhere else and I want to delete some audio there, and maybe I want to work around over here and do something on that area, and I want that bell tone again. So I can go to my select, region, and retrieve selection, and it highlights that piece of audio again. I can copy it, and if I come out here and I can paste it, I can do other stuff, I can play around and so on. Now here's an important thing to know. If we have another track, and I'll just add a new mono track real quick, and I'm working in the other track, so let's do a little bit of recording. We'll just throw something in there, and I've got Audacity set to create a new track when you record, so I'll get rid of the second one here. So now I'm working in this track and I do some selection and so forth, and now I want to use that selected audio again. If I go to select, region, and retrieve selection, notice that it goes to the time selection, but it stays on the current track. So if I wanted that bell tone that I have on the first track again, I would have to go to the first track and then do select, region, retrieve selection, copy it from there, and then go to back to my second track wherever I wanted to use it and paste it in there. Okay. You can also use this with a selection that the start and end are the same thing. In other words, just an insertion point. If you do that and you do select, region, store selection, now what will happen is wherever you are in the project, if you do select, retrieve selection, it will go back to that point in time. So the cursor skips to that point in time, and now this is a good way where you might take a clip and align it with that selection then. And you can do that no matter how many tracks you have in the project. You can use that retrievable point in time just as a quick way to set one thing and then orient a bunch of stuff to it. If you're doing more complex things, it makes more sense to use a label track to label locations, but this is real quick. The other thing that I don't care much about is that there's no shortcuts. So in the region menu, store selection and retrieve selection have no shortcuts, but you could fix that yourself by going into preferences and set your own keystrokes as shortcuts for that. So that's all I have on the region submenu in select. Next time we're going to get to the spectral menu, which may be new territory for many of you, but we'll have some fun anyway. I'm Stuart. Hope this helps.